Oklahoma's revenge tour ends here in the Orange Bowl. They were defeated by Clemson 37-17. The biggest difference maker in this ballgame? Injuries. Joe Mixon and Baker Mayfield suffered head injuries, while star running back Samaje Perine would suffer an ankle injury at the beginning of the third quarter. Despite Perine returning to the game, the Sooners were unable to score again, and Clemson is the victors.
We think of ourselves as a ball club that has guys in the stable and they can go. You put them in, they can do the same thing the starter did. But it definitely doesn't help whenever your top two running backs come out and one's banged up the way he was. I mean, he showed a lot of heart. Just keep on playing. But at the end of the day, that doesn't help. But it's not an excuse.
We knew we were already thin at the running back position, so we had to play as safe as possible, but still play, aggressive like we always do. But it got the best of us tonight, and kudos to Clemson's defense. They came out ready to play. They were flying around, and we lost them, and I hope they win it all.
I mean, it was one of those things. It was a revenge game, so it's one of those things where it's going to be a lot of passion and a lot of intensity. And coming in throughout the week, when we saw those guys, it got chippy. So it was personal, So anytime things are personal, guys are going to go out there and leave it all on the line. In the second half, our running backs going down hurt us, but it can't be an excuse. We just on defense, we had to do a better job.
We came out with some fire. First half, we just couldn't match the intensity second half. We had to keep our composure, and we didn't do a good job of that, myself included. Just things get going in the game, and you honestly get lost in it sometimes.
A couple of the penalties early in the game, were huge. I was just telling those guys, I felt like we were playing well enough in the first half that you felt like we should have 30-something points. We had 6 drives, and 5 of them we were pretty productive. But when you have 2 huge personal foul penalties, those are tough to overcome at times. And losing both Joe and Samaje was big. And then with Daniel Brooks not here, that's our 3 top backs. At that point that we're out. It's not an excuse, but did it affect us? Of course it did. We've done a lot of things that a lot of people outside of this room didn't think were possible, and we have a very strong nucleus coming back, and we'll expect to, hopefully put ourselves in position to get here, because it's hard as hell to get here, and be better and be more prepared to win it next year.
The Tigers will face the winner of Michigan State-Alabama in the national championship game, and Oklahoma heads back to Norman. For the Big 12 Digital Network, I'm Kristen Keith.